Try and ignore the volcano on my nose. I guess I'm still going through puberty, which is sick. Also ignore if I look like I'm dripping sweat. It's probably because I'm near dripping sweat. What is up? Welcome back to Recaps. This is episode 19 for Chirpin DMV. Kind of on time. You gotta give me some credit here for this one. I'm actually sort of on time. I actually had a lot of work to do today. That's not even an exaggeration. Did it, and I'm filming the video. Priorities this time. Anyways, last time we covered the Capital series with the Islanders and the Devils. This time we've got the Devils and the Islanders. So let's just get into it. Game one. Game one against the Devils, we got Sammy back in the net, but we've also got Vrana as a health bomb again. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this decision, but whatever, it's in the past now. Early into the game, Zajac, former Devil now, current Islander, pretty crazy, wide open for a 1T, he scores early. Would have loved if Sammy had this one. He didn't really have too much of a screen. Granted, the guy was wide open, but I still think he could, like, he wasn't like a cross ice, he was kind of like right in the slot. Whatever, 1-0 early for the Devils. Panic gets a good chance, but he can't quite score, and then not too long after, Dylan shoots a bank pass, Ovi tips it. Guess he didn't shoot the bank pass, Ovi tipped it, my bad. Anyways, Oshie collects it, cuts hard to the net, and just roofs a backhander. What a shot. Oshie's just been scoring highlight reel goals all year long. He's just proven that he doesn't want to go to Seattle. He doesn't want to go to Seattle. I don't want him. I doubt any of us want him to. If you do, you're just a fake fan. You are. That's just like the bottom line. Then the Devils almost score on this weak shot, but it turns into mayhem. It kind of like fanned on it, like slid over, hit the post. Sammy couldn't track it. Then it's just a complete zoo in front of him in the crease. Devils don't score though, thankfully. Then speaking of just a fan shot, Sherry scores on a complete muffin, just takes a shot, just right over top of the goalie. I mean, I'm fine with it. Sherry's back on the board. Capitals have a lead. 8 minutes in, Ovi draws a high sticking penalty. Caps go to the power play. Puck goes on net. Ovi's in the dirty area to bury the rebound. Caps take a 3-1 lead. Now, this is when it gets kind of scary because obviously it's good when your team's leading, but the Capitals just love blowing leads. That's kind of their thing this year, so you get nervous. Also, this goal put him tied with Brett Hull for second all-time power play goals in the NHL. Pretty good. Not a bad person to be side by side with in terms of goal scoring. Then 13 minutes in, the Capitals take a tripping call, and it looks like Hughes scores. All the Devils celebrate, but I think it hit like 2 pipes, doesn't go in. Capitals, I forget, I'm pretty good at not knowing stats, but telling you about them, but I'm pretty sure that they have like the most posts hit. The other teams have hit the most Capitals posts. That's the worst sentence ever spoken in English, but you know what I mean. Kuzi takes a penalty immediately after that, but the Devils take one early in the power play, so we got 4-on-4. Then on the 4-on-4, the Devils snipe, and this is another one where I honestly feel like Sammy could have saved it. I'm not trying to bully the guy because goalies have a tough job, but I just think highly of him, and I think he could have made these saves. But speaking of saves, Sammy robs Damon Severson, probably his best save of the year, just sliding across, glove save. Severson handled it well though. He stormed off, went down the tunnel, and obliterated his stick. Handled it pretty calmly. Pretty sure that's a guy who's not really used to scoring, so he would have liked if that one went in, but Sammy just puts the gun in his face and robs him blind. Kuznetsov gets tripped, and then the Capitals go to the power play. Nothing really comes of it, and then they take a penalty of their own. Doesn't stop Carl Hagelin though. Him and Hathaway go down. Hathaway feeds it over. Hagelin pretty much does the same thing as Sherry, just muffs it over. Hagelin back of the net. Who's surprised? I'm not. You shouldn't be. Then 5 minutes into the third, Kuznetsov scores. What a feed from Ovi, just right cross crease to a backdoor Kuznetsov. I think Orlov gave it to Ovi too, so a little Russian trifecta there. Forget what they call those three, but Russian trifecta. Then the Devils score on this weird ass play, and then they score again 16 minutes into the third. Then in the final 30 seconds, Sammy makes a big save. Capitals close it out and win this one, but they didn't make it look easy. I think this was their season sweep of the Devils, so undefeated against the Devils. They weren't all close, but the last few were kind of close though, but thank God they swept them. In this division, you got to beat the easy teams, and it's nice to know the Capitals swept one of the bottom teams, because it's one thing to drop a couple, but the fact that they didn't drop any is good. Anyways, let's get into game 2 here against the Islanders. For this one, we got Vrana back in the lineup, and we got Dick Panic back out of the lineup. We also got Vitek making his way back into the net, so this goalie situation's kind of weird because obviously it's awesome that they're both playing well, both getting starts, but at the same time it's a little concerning when neither of them starts back-to-back games, except for when Sammy had COVID and Vitek just owned the crease. But I don't think Sammy's played back-to-back games. That's kind of risky going into playoffs, but I guess we'll see what happens at the deadline. Anyways, in this one, the Islanders get an early power play, but the Capitals manage to kill it off. Barzal does what he does, tries to make a 1T pass through a screen, and Vitek makes the big save. Then Willie gets a nice 1T off in the slot, but he can't score on Varlamov. Then not too long after that, Dylan kind of makes a muffin of a pass, but he breaks up the 2-on-1. Good for him. People have been on this guy saying he should be scratched. He hasn't played his best hockey, I think he would admit that, but it's good to see him correcting his mistakes. Ovi almost scores on a deflected shot, but the Capitals don't score, the Islanders don't score, so we go into the second period tied 0-0. Both teams are exchanging chances early in the second, but then 10 minutes in, Beauvillier grabs the puck, so he goes to the box. Caps go to the power play. Kuzi tries to do a short side shot on this one, doesn't score, but right after the power play, the Capitals dominate for like a solid 5 minutes of zone time. Then eventually that leads to Connor Sherry trying to jam the puck in, which obviously leads to a scrum. And then Sprong gets a good look, but he gets robbed by Varlamov. And the second period was a lot better for the Capitals than the first. They evened the game up in shots, but then the third period happens. In the third, Washington has a really good shift, but then Wahlstrom, I saw someone call him the Walligator. That's hilarious. But anyways, Walligator dances around Dylan, almost gets a goal, but is stopped. Thank God. That would have been a highlight reel that Dylan did not need to be on. Hags has to take a penalty on the play. If he didn't, it was a for sure goal. On that power play, Barzal gets a nice deflection, but Vitek, looking solid, comes out aggressive, pinches his legs, pinches everything, stops the puck, and the Caps kill that one off. Then a pass to Schultz in the Islanders zone, misses him. It's about to go the other way on a 2-on-1, but Schultz makes a very underrated, didn't see anyone talk about it, diving play to keep the puck in. Just a really, really solid second effort from him. Then there's a crazy bounce. Connor Sherry almost scores. Puck goes the other way. Brock Nelson scores. Islanders go up 1-0 super late in this game. Then after that, the Islanders get another chance to get a 3-on-1. 3-on-1, that's 3 players, and Vitek makes a huge save. But Caps can't find the back of the net. They're shut out for the first time this year and lose 1-0 to the Islanders. Disappointing game, so things to note. The Capitals' third period in this one was not great. I think they allowed around 20 shots. That can't be happening, especially against an Islanders team who just got better by getting Palmieri and Zajac, and a team that ran their show in the playoffs last year. You can't be letting them get 20 shots in the third period of a 0-0 hockey game. Another thing to note, Dick Panic. He's on waivers. He cleared waivers though, so he's still with the Caps, which is good. And didn't really expect him to get cleaned. He makes a little bit too much money for his position. I think it just adds some cap flexibility. That's what I've been reading for the deadline, because a lot of rumors that they're looking to acquire a goalie. Like I said, like Sammy hasn't even played like back-to-back games, so it's not a terrible idea. The last thing to note, Hank. He's looking pretty good. He's saying that he has a couple more meetings to determine his future. There's rumors that he could play this season. That would be crazy. Again, though, it's kind of tricky. Obviously, you want Hank in the lineup. He's a veteran who's played tons of playoff hockey in his life, but he also had like open heart surgery a few months ago, so kind of risky to just throw this guy right into the wolves like that. So I guess we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's it for this recap. That's on time. How the hell are you? Get used to it, baby. I'm back in a big way, back in the National Sports parking lot. Different parking spot though, kind of change it up, get a new energy going. But anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the next one. We got the Big Bad Bruins, so excited to see what happens here. Anyways, just see you in the next one. Peace out.